Hi, my name is Sandra. We're going to do a practice today with Esther. Thank you, Esther, for demoing. And we're going to work with the shoulders today to bring alignment to the shoulders and the upper back so you can either get rid of any pain that you might have or to just create opening and more strength, more power to the upper back and the shoulders. So Esther, could you come and stand with your right hip to the wall and stretch your right arm out and place your fingertips on the wall. Yeah. So depending on how flexible, how open you are in the shoulders and the upper back, you can either take your hip a little bit closer to the wall, and also bringing the arm down will create a little bit less intense shoulder opening. So first we're going to open the shoulders. She lines her feet. The feet are straight, hips straight, and now first take a deep breath in and lengthen the sides of your waistline. From your waistline all the way to your armpits, you create length. Excellent. Yeah, you can take a couple breaths to do this. And then you keep that length and start pressing your fingertips into the wall, creating the boundary against which you're going to open the shoulders. Keep that length, keep that power in the arm. Now bring your chest more towards the center of the room and walk your chest, walk your feet into the room towards the center more. Yeah, so you can do this very mindfully to open up the shoulders and make it as intense, as deep as what is appropriate for you. So the head of the arm bone stays back and the sides of the waistline stay long. So we create integration and space. Great. Inhale and come back. Let's do the other side. So you can turn around and place your left hand on the wall. And you can even, you're pretty flexible in the shoulder. So yeah, go as close to the wall as what is comfortable for you. Yeah, and take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the whole inner body. We call this side body long. Keep that. Head of the arm bone goes back towards the back of the body, and then you rotate your chest, your feet in towards the room. Yeah, and even take your head back as you walk in. Yeah, so we want to keep length in the front, we want to keep length in the back. That's great. And just take nice deep breaths here. And open yourself up. And inhale, come back. Good, and release the arm. Thank you. And then you can place the fingertips high on the wall, so above your shoulders. Yeah, there you go. So you create nice space for yourself. Feet are again parallel, hip width apart, and then bend the knees. So come to a Utkatasana variation. And she's doing this quite beautifully already. She's press the fingertips into the wall. The side body again stays long. And now take the shoulder blades more deeper onto the back of your body. I have really cold hands, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Good. So when we take the shoulder blades deeper onto the back, the heads of the arm bones are more integrated and more stable. The shoulder joint is a very shallow joint. Good. So you can even play with it a little bit and back off a little bit. So press, yes. And now you can see she's really squeezing her upper back, keeping the forearms lifted away or moving away from the wall. Her upper arms are lifting away from the wall. And that makes it easier to take her shoulder blades onto her back. That's excellent. Good. Inhale and come up to standing. Yeah. And place your hands now a little bit lower and come to an L position at the wall. So you walk the feet back. And you can place the hands as low on the wall as what is appropriate for you. But since we're working with the upper back here, I'm going to actually advise you to place them a little bit higher because it gives you more space, more freedom. Deep, full breathing. Lengthen the sides of the waistline again. And again, lift. Start by clawing the fingertips into the wall, lifting the forearms away from the floor, lifting the upper arms away from the floor. Good. And then you can bring those shoulder blades home. You can bring them to the back of the body. And now she's really working her upper back here. She's really squeezing in. So it's not really balanced position yet, but she's learning to create this action of drawing in. Yeah, and her head is lifted, ears are between the upper arms, and then keeping this integration, just soften between the shoulder blades. Yeah, deep, full breath. And inhale, look up at the wall and walk the feet towards the wall. Good, so that's another great way to open up the shoulders, to open up the upper back, and to create power there. Good, let's come to the mat now. Okay, so we're going to start on hands and knees. When we work on the floor compared to the wall, the floor is going to be a little bit more weight-bearing, or little is going to be more weight-bearing. So, but the principles stay the same. We want to lengthen the side body, keep the space there, and move the heads of the arm bones back. There you go, and she does a beautiful job. So the heads of the arm, this is the head of the arm bone right here, and that moves to the back of the body. And then the heart can soften here, and this brings alignment. Good. Take a nice deep full breath and fill up that space between your shoulder blades. So let it even get it rounded a little bit, and that's fine. Good. There you go. Beautiful. Spread the fingers evenly, claw the hands into the floor, make the arms strong. Yeah, and again, fill this part up between the shoulder blades again. There you go. Keep that full, curl the toes under, and inhale and come to downward facing dog. And you can even step your feet a little bit towards the back of the mat and give yourself a little bit more room. There you go. So we're going to do exactly what we did at the wall. Claw the fingertips into the floor, make the arms strong, and even move a little bit closer to a plank position. So right here. So this way, the side of the waistline can lengthen, and the head and the shoulder blades can come closer together onto the back. Yeah, you can even lift up your head a little bit more. There you go. So this brings the neck into alignment, the upper back into alignment. Now from this space, start to, so you resist at the arms get strong, and you soften between the shoulder blades. You let this part move more towards the floor, towards the thighs. Yeah, so you can even lift up the hips a little bit more. Yeah, but keep this squeezing in. Inhale, come to plank position. And again, and this is the trick, this is the practice, to keep the shoulder blades onto the back. So take a nice deep breath in and squeeze the shoulder blades. There you go. That's it. And exhale, take your knees to the floor. So we're at the top of a push-up position. Take a nice deep breath in, lengthen the side body, and now keep the heads of the arm bones back as you bend the elbows and bring your chest to the floor. Right, so keep it lifted. Yeah, so you let your chest come all the way down to the floor, and the shoulders stay up, they stay away, they stay to the back. Good, inhale, lengthen, and come into Cobra Pose. Beautiful. And exhale, come down. Come all the way down. And rest your forehead. So no matter what position we're in, the side body is long and the heads of the arm bones are back. So the shoulder blades come together on the back. Press yourself up to a seated position, please, Esther. Yeah, and come to lying on your back. And you can place your feet this way.
Feet that way.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. We're gonna, this next pose we're gonna do, this next exercise, is one that I learned from a great teacher, Desiree Rumbaugh. She's an Anusara teacher, and it's a very powerful exercise that relieves all sorts of issues in the upper back and the neck and the shoulders. So it's gonna hopefully really help you. Good. So place your feet a little bit closer to your hips. Create the curve in your lower back. So you arch your lower back a little bit and then lengthen the tailbone under. Excellent. Good. Take the heads of the arm bones back. Squeeze your shoulder blades underneath your back. Good. And as you can see, her neck is free. None of the vertebrae of the neck and upper back are touching the floor here. And if you feel that they are, please get a blanket and place it underneath your shoulders. So her eyes are looking straight up in this position, so the back of her head is on the floor. Now bend your elbows, please, and spread your fingers wide. We're going to come into a back bend without lifting the hips up. So the hips are going to stay down. You're going to take a nice deep full breath in and lengthen your side body. So we create opening first. We open up to a bigger source. And into that source, we're now going to hug the muscles in by press your elbows into the floor, press the back of your head into the floor. Yeah. So she's so great. She's working really, really hard. And actually a little bit too hard, maybe. So you can keep the back of your head onto the floor. Keep the chin lifted a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. So that way, when the neck is free, the eyes can soften, the face can soften, and she looks beautiful. So press the elbows into the floor and the back of the head. So the line of energy pressing into the floor is from the top of her mouth through the top of her ears and into the floor. So she doesn't tuck her chin and she doesn't extend her chin. It goes straight down into the floor. And then really press your elbows into the floor as well. Good. So her arms are getting strong. Her upper back is getting strong. Now press even so hard and squeeze your shoulder blades deeper into your back. The tips of the shoulder blades are pressing up and in. And you can do it so much that even your shoulders come away from the floor. There you go. Now she's good. Lift your chin a little bit. There you go. Keep breathing. A good way when you're doing this at home to check your alignment is to say something while you're in the pose. And if your voice sounds normal, then your alignment is probably pretty good. If you sound like Donald Duck, then get out of the pose and try again. Good. And release. Just rest for a moment. Just rest your arms, your head. Just soften. And then roll to the side. Press yourself up to a seated position. Good, and cross your legs. And just, what's really nice is to just close your eyes here and feel the freedom in the neck, in the upper back. A sense of lightness in this whole area, the shoulders. And then open your eyes gently. Good. And let's come on to all fours again. And we'll do another downward facing dog. So this position that we just did is also great to strengthen the muscles of the neck if you're going to do inversions like headstand. It's a really good one too. So spread the fingers. Again, find your alignment. Claw the hands into the floor, lengthen your side body, and keep the shoulder blades onto your back. Yeah, and then come up in downward facing dog. And stretch out. Now, the point behind the heart, or the bottom of the heart between the shoulder blades, is where the energy from the hands draw into. So again, lift the heads of the arm bones, squeeze your shoulder blades, and draw from your hands the energy all the way up your arms into the back between the shoulder blades. And then from that point, now extend out, press your hands deeper into the floor and stretch out and stretch the hips more up. Beautiful. And keep the shoulder blades here. That's it. And that's the trick. That's the hard thing. That's the practice. And come onto your knees. Take your knees wide apart, big toes together, and stretch back to child's pose. And soften and relax. And then slowly come up to sitting. Thank you very much. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you.
Namaste.